In 5th grade, I had shouted Carlo in my 5th grade year at Cougar Heights, a school which is quite famous for its racist nature. It was a school with a diverse background, at least in its student body. I couldn't recount any black teacher staying there for about maybe 2 years. Shadowing at LACS, the nature of Cougar Heights, the racist nature of Cougar Heights, became more visible than ever. I had to recount black kids were constantly getting shoveled into the principal's office, and while the principal tried everything to reform that backward system, by the time I had left, that principal had retired. Part of my shadowing at LACS, I saw a diverse environment that didn't have microaggressions on the daily. Black kids getting shoved in the office constantly. And in my first year at LACS, I felt like I had jumped from a backwards institution to an institution that was on innovative new ways of learning. Cougar Heights had sucked that back. Looking towards more relevant times, as years progressed at LACS, I saw more and more of my diverse friends and classmates almost fade away. This year, me and my sister, the only African Americans in my entire grade. Last year, we had 1 week in February talking about Black Lives Matter Week, and that was really important, especially in school where you had diversity shrinking, not only with students, but with teachers. When news had got out this year that we were going to have Black Lives Matter in School Week be the entire year instead of 1 week, I had an immense level of skepticism. I had known that there was no way that that was going to be taught, especially in the curriculum going the entire year. And I was right, alongside many others, like the thoughts of Carlos, True, Cahill, Abe, Sire, Lockie, and Zayda, and Ayla. Let me read you those. I feel like teachers haven't really been teaching in their classes. It feels like they just don't care about it. I feel like the whole of February, no one mentioned it. It felt like it was invisible. It didn't matter. Like teachers gave it more attention in this week we had last year. I think since the workshops were canceled and not talked about until later in the year, along with Inflatum, instead of the entire year. To end this note, it has been stretched to the point of non-existence. Another note is we don't really get taught as we are black students and we're supposed to be more close understood to grow up and be black and not, I can't read that full one there. To read another note from Sire. There needs to be more teaching about BLM. They only have a week, and we don't really learn about much BLM. I've been saying this for 2 years now. To add on to this comment, we don't have it for a week anymore. I think the reason the lack of Black Lives Matter teaching throughout the school year is because we don't really have many black teachers, and our school system is racist itself. In this last note, Zayn had mentioned that he learned about it in one class, and every other class they only mention it maybe loosely for 1 day. To make a conclusion, an ASM proposal won't fix this issue, and whether I get elected or not, now you guys know about this important issue, and the people that might win can then pass this on.
Hello, I am Bo, one of the many people here running to be a student representative in the Board of Education. Quite a few of these people would make great choices, and you may be asking yourself, why Bo? Well, for one, I am incredibly passionate about the voices of each and every student at our schools. Many candidates today are bringing up issues that they want to address, and although I share in that sentiment, I think that more important is putting the thoughts of our community above our own. If you support me, I will be sure to do just that. For example, I know that people are dissatisfied with buses being consistently and significantly late, which we even saw in the middle of this ASM with people coming in, I assume, from a bus. If elected, I will push to fix that. In addition to listening, I have several other traits that make me a good fit for the position. The things that I bring to the table are an extensive background in debate, which will allow me to skillfully advocate for us without being dismissed, a desire for open communication, and a tenacious will to fight for change. Also, before I end, I would like to note that I would want to urge everyone to please exercise your right to vote. I know you may be considering not to, but even if you don't have any strong desire for any specific person, please vote. I'll keep this school afloat. Vote for both.
Democracy. I've been here since 2018, before the dark ages of COVID. My education is rooted in the school, and I've been molded by my experiences within this community. I remember the clear vision, what the school once was before the lockdowns, masks, and at times lunacy. I remember an ACS built on trust, respect, and responsibility. Due to the pandemic, these qualities are eroded. But as I speak, these qualities are being restored in the very heart of this community. And I believe that with the right board rep, the stewardship of these qualities will continue to positively affect this community, its members, and our democratic values. Having a well-rounded person in this key is key to the best representation of LACS. A person who understands the implications of the modern world and uses those as a roadmap, as a lesson of right and wrong. We need a board rep who understands and adheres to our core principles, values, and philosophies, as well as a proactive person who understands our democratic system. Someone who is not afraid to say how it is without sugarcoating or dancing around the subject. I vow to my fellow students and community members to be honest, transparent, and informative. I will be a person who stands for the all rather than the few, because every member of this community is of value. The guardianship and representation of the principles and values of this school, as well as our unique yet fundamental democratic system, is key. It is vital. I am the person for that job. Mandated policy from the board and upper administration affects everything in this district and in this school. These issues affect us all. They don't discriminate, and the incredibly hard-fought lessons this year have taught us that. I vow to fight for the continued support of all LACS trips, such as the Spanish trip, Katrina relief, the Acquasante service trip, and all the other trips that make us unique. Despite the budget crisis that ICSD is facing, I vow to recommend the continuation of fundraising and assistance for trips, specifically those that require large sums of money to operate at their best. Trips are distinctive to LACS. They are part of the reason why we don't fit the typical public school mold. And with the constraints on fundraising, ICSC's financial support is vital. I also pledge to bring to the board the dilemma surrounding the busing situation here at ACS. Buses that arrive after classes begin at 9 and have to leave at or just minutes after dismissal at 3:30 is completely unacceptable. Finally, if I'm elected, I promise to insert a blurb with Deb's legal email and keep students, staff, and families updated on the comings and goings of the board. I will do this to ensure the entire community is updated on issues that are relevant to LACS, our rights, and our autonomy. Democracy as a whole will not stand without people who are devoted to it. I am devoted to it. The core values of our school democracy cannot be and should not be underestimated, and I promise to fight this fight and represent all who attend the school and stand for all the values, rights, and beliefs of our students. When taking all of this into consideration, we can truly live by the slogan of my campaign, Towards Excellence Together. Thank you.
I'm Chris Kaiser, and I'm seeking your support to have the honor of serving as a layman alternative community school representative to the Ithaca City School District Board. I want to build a positive relationship with the Ithaca City School District, as well as promote a positive identity for LACS. In order to improve communication with you about what happens at school meetings, I plan to make a statement at the morning meetings, and I will include a summary in the weekly email from the principal's office. In addition, in order to gather suggestions and comments from all of you, I will put a Google form in the weekly email. By collecting your suggestions and comments, the other school board representatives and I will be able to see and respond to them. I plan on checking in with each individual who makes a submission about what the related outcome of their submission is. As examples of agenda items that I would like to take to the school board, I would like to include conversations about morning transportations, school bake sales, and any other any other items that you submit as comments or suggestions. For instance, one of the reasons I believe that we cannot have school bake sales is because of health and safety concerns. I would like to propose to the school board that we allow to do bake sales using packaged items purchased from local grocery stores. I will be a strong representative to you because I'm organized and committed. I work well with other people, and I'm confident and not afraid to work with the school board. I will be passionate and determined representative for you, your ideas, and your requests. And I'm very involved with LACS. For example, I display my leadership and commitment by representing students as a member of our LACS site-based council. I have exhibited my communication and mediation skills with a year of alternative community court and while playing as a ward leader during the most recent Middle East debates. And I have demonstrated my dedication and outreach and service by assisting as a volunteer for many organizations, including spending time with seniors at area retirement homes and by mentoring at elementary area schools and LACS. I've been at this school since 6th grade, and I know how it feels to not have your voice heard. I want to do my part as a member of this school and its respective community. I know that I can make your voices heard, and I would appreciate your vote in support of my candidacy. In closing, I would like to say that I'm proud to be an LACS community member, and I will be humbled and dedicated to serve as your representative to the ICSD School Board. I thank you for your support and would be honored to have your vote.
Please, and thank you.
Hey, can I get a brief waterfall, please? Thank you. Hey, LACS. To start, I'll introduce myself. My name is Emily. I'm in 10th grade right now, and I've been at LACS since I was in 6th. I have gained an enormous appreciation for our school and its systems, and most of all, its people. We're a different group every year. Every single person has something to add to our school. Every single person has the capacity to make our school into what we want. I love this. I want this to sink in. This level of student voice in schools is pretty much unheard of throughout the country. Everyone has a vote in the internal matters of our school in ASM. Now, thanks to a small group of extremely hardworking, incredible people, everyone has a vote in who represents the student body at LACS for matters outside of our purview. The representation of the students' voices is now in our hands as board rep nominees. Before running, I had to think about whether or not I think I have the skills to be a good representative. The answer was yes. I thought about whether I could bring something new as part of the group representing LACS, and the answer was yes. One of the things I noticed was lacking this past year was communication. I've already proven my dedication to publicity. Already, perhaps 8 or 9 of you read my weekly ASM update emails. If I were elected, this is my promise. I'll do the same for the board meetings. It's a lot of work, but I firmly believe transparency is fundamental. Although there are things that I personally want to address, such as the still unreplaced bus shelter at IHS and morning transportation, I won't just bring my perspective to those meetings. I want to bring an accurate portrayal of the student body's perspective. As a school, especially our school, we are a living, breathing entity. We are the people we see every day, the people we pass in the halls, connected, even without words. We are a school full of incredible leaders, full of lovely people I have had the chance to meet, full of lifelong friends and futures. And I love LACS with all my heart. I love what we are and what we could be. And I want your voices alongside me every step of the way, informing my views and the matters we bring. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. For those who don't know me, I'm James. I am a junior this year. And Odin, you were wrong, I'm sorry. I have also served as a board rep. It's not just you and Stella in the room right now. I had the pleasure of serving as a board rep, not this year, but last year, and I really enjoyed that time. But in that time, I did learn that, I'm going to second what Odin said, board reps don't do anything. A lot of candidates, and I also would like to reference the transparency that I want to create between board reps and students. And I want to start by saying that board reps don't have much power in the grand scheme of things. So I want to make promises, but I'm not going to. I'll fight for what I believe in to the school board, but I don't want to make any promises to you all that I can't keep, because there's really not much that I can do. The main job of a board rep is to report to the school board what is happening at IHS or at LACS every week. We give a rundown of what's going on in ASM, events such as theater, community service, things like that. I again second what everyone has said about transparency between the students and board reps, and whether I am elected or not, I am going to make it my goal to improve that transparency. I have a lot of passion for the school, and I have showcased that through several proposals I have written, and I'd love to add something else to that roster of proposals to better that transparency. I came to this school when I was in 7th grade, and not 6th, like a lot of students here, and this year I'm taking a class at IHS. I have experience at our school and the other schools around the district, which has really just opened my eyes to what our school is and how special it is and how much I want to continue to advocate and be a representative for our school. I think all of these people are so wonderful, and you should vote. I wish I could vote for everyone. I would love to serve alongside any of these wonderful people and just do anything I can to help further our school in any way.
Thank you. Hi everyone, my name is John Moore. Some of you know me and some of you don't, but soon I hope all of you will know a little bit more about me and what would make me a good school board representative. I have been at LACS since 6th grade, and I have seen this school change in many different ways, some good, some not so good, and But even though LACS has changed throughout the 6 years I have been here, it has still been the school where I've made the most connections and friends of students and teachers alike. I talk to as many people as I can to learn how they like LACS and what's going on in the day-to-day occurrences at the school. Some including skipping class and very loose expectations on completing work on time. Oh, wait. Sorry. Okay. And that is one. Okay. I talk to as many people as I can and learn how they like LACS and what goes on day to day in the LACS community. And that is one of the reasons why I think I would be a good school board representative. And in addition to talking to the students, I also talk to a lot of the teachers about various things, some including what they think is good about the school, and some that they think that could need improving. Some of those include skipping class and very loose expectations on completing work on time. The latter I have personally seen being abused a lot in the school, especially in the recent lockdown of 2020 to 2021. What I will try to do is take into consideration the problems that students and teachers have about the school and try my best to help make those problems better, while also listening to the feedback from the LACS community and staff. about those changes. Change doesn't always happen fast though. And a lot of the time, it takes a good amount of time to perfect. What I will do is make those changes worth the wait and hopefully make LACS a school for making good friends as well as learning in a fun and productive way. Yet, there is no such thing as perfect. And if change doesn't go well with some people, I will do my best to help make that decision work. If I get chosen, I will promise I will take any suggestions from whoever has ideas on how to help this school and make it a better place to learn. Thank you for your time.
Greetings, everyone. I'm Lockheed Nunn Makepeace, as many of you may know. I first want to thank Zach and Julian for putting this all together, and all of my other people running for board rep candidates. The reason I believe I should be your board representation is because I have been here all 3 years of my middle school career. I have participated in LACS theater, as well as sports down by the high school and middle schools. My mission as a board rep would be to represent who LACS is now and who we want to be in the future. So, as Emily was saying with the bus, wasn't the bus shelter not being replaced, I want LACS to determine how we want to do it. I also believe I'd be an amazing board rep because of my communication and listening skills. And as well as standing by what I believe in. Just in case, like if the teachers or the board disagrees with LACS, I believe I'm very strong in standing by what I believe in. Now, I didn't have much prepared, don't get me wrong. But vote me as board rep because I will be able to represent what this school should be and what we want it to be. Thank you all.
A quick round of applause for everyone running today. This is I am one of only 2 people here today, shout out to Stella, who have actually been on the board. And honestly, I just like to say this is one of the easiest things I've ever done. It's not a hard job. You go to 2 meetings a month and maybe speak for like 2 minutes maximum. It's not that deep. And all of these people here today are extremely qualified. It doesn't take much. I encourage you to, when you're voting, think of professionality. This year especially, with all the conversation around budget cuts and push from the city to lower the budget, our school is at risk. And we need people on the board who can fight for that and who can represent our school in a professional way. I know most of you probably already know who you're voting for, a friend, or maybe someone you think is funny, but you've got 3 votes, use them wisely.
Hey everybody. I was gonna come up here and write a speech, but I decided, I'm going 9. You guys are probably bored by all that, by now. So I just came with a few points, because I think all of us board reps have similar ideas. We all want to, take your voices up to the board. We want to take your opinions into consideration. And, everybody in the school has similar issues with the buses and, every single issue my previous candidates have mentioned, I am also fighting for, and I feel like repeating myself is just, whatever. So instead of all that, I want to list some of my qualifications that some of my fellow candidates might not have. In multiple cases, I've been a peer to staff, kind of like liaison. I don't know how to pronounce that word, my bad. But, so I have a lot of experience connecting student voices to teacher voices and working out concerns and issues with that. I've also worked for over a year as a professional presenter and safety trainer for OSHA. So that gives me a lot of experience in, making sure my words get across in a professional and, convincing manner. I was also part of a team of 3 who wrote the proposal to bring electric buses to ICSD and replace some of the old diesel buses. And I think we have like 4 or 5 now, and there's a move to replace the whole fleet with electric buses. So you're welcome for that one. Yeah, I really want to fix the issue of busing, both before and after school, because I take the bus sometimes, and it's annoying, I gotta be honest. I also want to fix the issue of, we don't have a lot of information on IHS sports and clubs, and that's kind of a bothering me. I don't know how much of you really care, but there's a bunch of sweet clubs at IHS that I had no idea about unless I'm going on campus and I see their singular bulletin board. I would like to bring, IHS's sports and clubs. Maybe we get a bulletin board here, or even an email, so students here can have more participation in the district, not just here. I'd also like to address the issue of our bike locks, our bike stands, whatever you want to call them. I've had my bike stolen or taken apart 4 times this year.
Me too.
Yeah, Ollie too. I know a bunch of people actually who have had their bikes just robbed from them, and we need at least a better way to, station our bikes somewhere where they're not out in the public, right next to Route, 79, ready to get stolen by any passerby. In addition to that, I'm also very on top of my work. I don't think since coming back from IHS, I've turned in a single assignment late. And in class, I am a very participative student. I don't think, if any of you have a class with me, you will know that I do not shut up. And I'm very prone to debating even minor issues, which means in a board meeting, even if the adults are kind of taking up the airspace and silencing the students, which can happen, yeah, I'm not worried to speak over them, cow them, what I say. But yeah, vote for me and vote for Brandon and don't vote for Odin.